The ultimate warrior fights in a meditative state of being. This is what Krishna is very clearly telling Arjuna. At the heart of Raja Yoga, the highest yoga, is this attitude of acting from the deepest sources of yourself. Not acting from outer impulses, impulsive feelings, impulsive action. No, that is not the way of the true warrior. Because it doesn't come out of a deeper source. It comes out of certain conditioning. It comes out of a certain reactivity to outer circumstances. The ultimate warrior does not react to outer circumstances in a manner which is really a response of the ego. The ultimate warrior acts out of a state of non-ego, a state where he has disappeared as an individual entity, where he has merged with the greater intelligence, and where he is only an instrument in life and death of the will of the greater. That is what takes even war to the profound. That is what takes even violence to a state of pure consciousness. And that is what the Gita teaches us. No matter what we are doing, do it meditatively. That is the only spiritual path. Spirituality does not comprise ritual. This is something very, very important for us to understand in order to understand the deeper depths, the hidden sources of the Bhagavad Gita. You see, what is happening with Arjun is that he is moving on a course which is bound to lead to frustration because he has lost his feel for acting meditatively. He has lost his feel for acting the way he acted when he was a boy, when he was the most distinguished pupil of archery, where he could shoot the arrow with the power of his intuitivity without allowing thought to interfere between himself and the target. Whereas now, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he has become absolutely stupefied by the processes of mind and heart. And when that happens, you lose the ability to act with purity of consciousness. Why is that? That's simply because of the restlessness that is created within you. Do not act out of restlessness. Act out of your multidimensional potential for spiritual action. And the only action that is spiritual is that which is done in a situation which does not strain your faculty of thought or feeling, which is not a product of thought or feeling, which is a product of the very core of your being, the very center of your being. In that state, whatever you touch, whatever you do, has some inherent value because you are able to take the mundane and make it sacred. You are able to take the ordinary and make it extraordinary. And Krishna is telling Arjun that as he is preparing to fight, what is equally important is that the luminousness of his inner being arises. The understanding arises within him that it is not about going through the motions. It is not about going through the effort to win on the battlefield. Rather, it is about attaining victory in the realm of one's inner existence. In the realm of one's consciousness, one is able to turn the energy, the current of energy, from a feeling of being result oriented to a feeling of being meditative, feeling oriented. Result is not as important as the state of being. The result is incidental. The result is a spontaneous happening which will come about. There are so many factors. There are factors of skill, there are factors of love, there are factors of bonds between people, there are factors of luck acting about who will win the day on the battlefield, or rather on the battlefield of life. There are many things which can happen. Relationships can affect it, circumstances can affect it. Any myriad number of factors can affect the outcome of our endeavors. But that which is untouched and that which we are to be responsible for is our state of consciousness. And that is all that we need to pay attention to. So Krishna again and again is bringing Arjun back into this fundamental point that you be concerned with your state of consciousness. Forget everything else. Forget happiness, unhappiness, victory, defeat, morals, your sense of values. For a moment, just forget all that. Simply be concerned about how, at the deepest source of yourself, you can find meaning, you can find direction, you can find true purpose. And the only true purpose can be found through the meditative state, through the state within which you are inwardly bridged to the higher, where you are inwardly bridged to your soul, to your self-nature, where you feel integrated, where all the energies of yourself feel integrated and not scattered. That is the meditative state. And when that happens, whatever you do will create an outcome which will be much easier for you to accept, because it will be true to you. Even if you lose the day in battle, it doesn't matter. Eventually, if somebody has to lose, somebody has to win. Somebody dies earlier, somebody dies later. This is all the wheel of life. But it is how we are while we are going around this wheel which truly matters. Nothing else is ultimately of greater importance. Nothing else is ultimately